Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we are doing Jane Does and missing females from Multnomah County, Oregon. And Multnomah County, Oregon is, I guess, a rather large county, so there's a lot of them. So I'm going to try to, I don't want to break it up into a lot of videos, so I'm going to just try to do them all in one video. And so the first one is Barbara Jean Martin. She went missing 1958. She was 48 years old, 5'4", 145 pounds. She was with her family, and they set off on a trip to the Columbia Gorge. It said to collect Christmas greenery to decorate their home on Northeast 57th Avenue in Portland. And I don't know if that means they went to go to a farm to get a Christmas tree, or if they went to collect pine cones, or what they did. Anyway, they never came back. And so in May of 1959, which is 5 months later, the bodies of Virginia and Susan were recovered in the Columbia River in Oregon near Bonneville Dam. Height and weight are approximations. Date of birth is approximation as well. And there's more information. I have another video I did on this, and there's more information I think you can find on the internet and the Charlie Project and places like that. And this is her. The next one is her daughter, Barbara Martin. And I think they went to a restaurant, and don't quote me on this, and I think there was a couple of men there, and I think they believe that those men had something to do with their disappearance. So, and that maybe their vehicle was pushed into the river with their bodies in it, but you can look more into that. And then we have Ellen McCullum Drake. She was 22 years old, 5'5". It says she could have been anywhere from 50 to 300 pounds. There's no photo. And strawberry blonde hair, dyed hair regularly, always different colors. I can't believe there's such a variation of her weight that it could be 50 to 300 pounds. So, if you have any information on any of these cases, please contact authorities and give it to them, especially if you see something like 50 to 300 pounds and you know how much they weighed or something. Maybe you know what size shoes they wore, what size clothes they wore, who they hang out with, or any kind of information. And then we have Winnefred Jeanette Freeman. She went missing 1968, 5'4", 115 to 120 pounds. She was 20 years old. It just says she was last seen May 8th, 1968. It doesn't give any other information. Try not to sneeze. Suzanne Rae Justis. She was 23 years old, 5'3", 110 pounds. It does have other photos. She called her mother from Portland, Oregon, said she'd be back in Eugene the following day to pick up her son from school. And she's never been heard from since. Brown hair, blue eyes. So, and I don't think I did a video on her. Maybe I did, but I don't remember her. Cherril Sue Miller. Done so many, it's hard to remember all of them, but glad I'm doing it this way because that way it covers them. And she went missing in 1975, 5'1", only 80 to 90 pounds. She was at Andy's Pub, and it gives a location, and it says a barmaid saw her leaving the tavern alone, so, and they don't know what happened to her. Like I said, if you have any information, please contact authorities about any of these cases because it's been a lot of years. Even if you gave them information years ago, they may not have it anymore. Because it's, they've stored it in different ways and it's been through different investigators. Roxanne Marie Sims went missing in 1977, 19 years old, 5'6", 125 pounds. And this one, it says approximately 1977, like they're not sure what year she went missing. And I'm not sure when they reported her missing. Sometimes wore a large light brown afro wig. See, there was someone found, a Jane Doe found, with an afro wig. So That's interesting, isn't it? You wouldn't even have thought, that she would be found with an afro wig. So now I'm wondering. I'm not sure when that Jane Doe was found, but Rosa Mae Pilcher, 1982, 22 years old, 5'2" to 5'7". It's quite a bit of difference. Just says she was missing, reported missing after failing to show up at her sister's house. Black hair, brown eyes. So, and that one has a photo on it that you can zoom into. And now I'm going to open the next group of, because like I said, there's quite a few in this county. So I've had to split them up because there's no way I can open all the tabs at once. And I didn't want to do a couple of videos on it. What would have been like probably 6 videos. I wanted to try to get them all in one list or group. So the next ones are, is that all of them? Yes. Laronda Bronson went missing 1982, 18 years old. Just the images. 5'6" to 5'7", 110 pounds. November 1982. Last seen standing by a bus stop. November 19th, 1982. She's never been seen since. Black hair, brown eyes. Her ears were pierced twice. So. And Jeanette Palinkas went missing in 1983. 18 years old, 5'5", 90 to 150 pounds. Mom talked to her November 1984 or 1985. They're not sure which. Last seen June 9th, 1983. Brown hair, brown eyes. Broken collarbone, previously broken nose. So there's not a lot of information there either, but at least there's something there. Westie, Leda, I don't know how to pronounce that. She went missing in 1987. 32 years old, 5'8" to 5'9", 130 pounds. She's not been seen or heard from in nearly 2 months when she was reported missing by her mother. So, does that mean she was reported missing in April and she hadn't been heard from in 2 months at that time? Strawberry blonde hair, dark blonde, red blonde, brown hair. No photos. 32 years and no photos. November, that doesn't mean there's no photos of her anywhere. It just means they're not here. November 6, 1987, body found. Unidentified female. Could have been anywhere from 20 to 80 years old. Can't estimate the height or the weight. Or doesn't have a date of death. They're not sure. Skull and mandible of an adult female discovered in 1987 in Multnomah County, Oregon. So they're going to have a hard time trying to identify that one. Hope Elizabeth Anderson went missing November 30th, 1987. She was 5'5", 125 pounds, 53 years old. Wow. Also went by the last name Wright. Eyewitnesses reported that she was abducted from her home. People saw her being abducted from her home. Strawberry blonde hair. That's crazy. Blue eyes. Wow. That's crazy. 53 years old and she was abducted right from her home. Marilyn Sue Koski. There's quite a few photos of her. with the years and everything. She went missing January 1st, 1989. 35 years old, 5'2" to 5'4", 130 to 140 pounds. Marilyn Sue Koski disappeared in the early hours of January 1st, 1989 after leaving 2 apparent notes to her next of kin and roommate. Marilyn lived on a houseboat on the Willamette River and made mention of possible suicide in one of her notes. She's never been seen or heard of since. Blue eyes, dark blonde hair, strawberry blonde hair. You would think they would have found her. That is strange. And then we have Krista Maria Della Rosa, 1990, Portland, Oregon. She's got a few photos. 19 years old. According to her family, she was last seen July 2nd, 1990, leaving in a cream-colored car with an African-American male. She left on her own, but family feels she didn't stay gone on her own. She left family a letter saying she would keep in touch, but they haven't heard from her since. She is biracial. She is Hispanic and white. She has pierced ears. She may go by the nickname Katita, so they don't know what happened to her. And it's been since 1990. 7.5 shoes. Sweatpants, tube top, size small. See, I like it when they have the sizes, because when you have the Jane Does, you'll see sizes, and I think that's so helpful. Cream, ivory, sedan, 1980s, two-door sedan. So, now we have the next group to go to. I guess I would have had to do 7 videos if I was going to split them up. And I'd rather have them all in one. It's easier for me if I want to go back through them later. See if I missed somebody or if there's information in there. I'd rather have them all in one video. Okay, so we did that one. Kacey Ann Perry. She was only 10 years old. And she went missing from Portland, Oregon in 1990. She was last seen around 11 at her father's house in Portland. She was last seen wearing a bright pink blouse with black buttons, blue jeans, black tennis shoes, and black and pink socks. Brown hair, blue eyes. Wow, there's no information there whatsoever, really. But at least they have 10 years old. That is horrific. Julie Lynn Vaughn, 1991, 34 years old, 5'5", 112 pounds. Vaughn was reported missing by her boyfriend, who has since been convicted in connection with her death. Her body has yet to be located. Brown hair, green eyes. Wow, so they don't know. That's crazy. Okay. Tanya Renee Jackson, 1992, Portland, Oregon, 31 years old, 5'4", 120 to 130 pounds. Last seen getting into a pickup truck in northeast Portland, Oregon. And if you have, like I said, if you have any information, please contact authorities and let them know. Maybe you gave them information years ago and you think they still have it, but they may have You know, some of them may have stored the information to memory. Some of them may have taken notes and put it down. And then over the years, you know, it's been stored in different ways, floppy disks, software programs, in different ways. So they may not have that information anymore. Catherine Scott Eggleston, she went missing in 1883. And there's a couple photos of her. She was 5'4", 125 pounds. She made a sales call on the 5th floor of the then Port of Portland building at approximately 1400 hours, which is 1 o'clock. On August 2nd, 1993, she was seen exiting the elevator in the lobby at approximately 1:15, and she's not been seen or heard from since that time. Brown hair, blue eyes. So, her car was found by a security guard in the parking lot of an industrial park complex on Northeast Airport Way. The location is approximately 9 miles from the location where she was last seen. The keys were still in the vehicle, along with her purse and her other personal possessions. Only Katie's Allnut Company binder was determined to be missing. So here she is working for a living, and that's so sad. This is an unidentified female, Jane Doe, found in 1993 in Portland, Oregon. 30 to 40 years old. Hold on a second. (1993) 5'4", 1993 5'4", August 2nd, September 7th, 140 pounds, 125 pounds. The body of an unidentified white female was found by workers at a nearby aluminum transfer station. The workers spotted the body laying face down on the rocky bank of the Willamette River near Swan Island. Some clothing was associated with the remains. Several newspaper articles were written about the body and the request for information from anyone who may know her. No information was ever developed. Recognizable face. Oh, so she probably had just... It's interesting. Brown hair, 12 inches in length. Just curious if she looks anything like her. Purple blazer, black skirt, white blouse, white stockings. Huh. They never found out who it was. Maroon Cherokee brand jeans, size 12. So much information. Here's another Jane Doe, 1984. 35 to 55 years old. And nobody knows who she was. She had 12-inch long brown hair, was discovered in a hotel room. She had apparently committed suicide. No ID was located, and the name given in the hotel manager check-in was researched and found to be fictitious. So they don't know who she was. Yolanda Evette Panek, she was 21 years old, 6 foot tall. Wow. About 200 pounds. It says she's African American. Her husband was convicted for her murder. They still haven't found her body. Black hair, brown eyes. And that gives more information about what she was wearing. Lisa Pearl Briseno, 28 years old, 5'4", 200 pounds. I don't know if that's right. American Indian. She was reported missing by her sister August 27, 1997. Black hair, brown eyes. She was last seen leaving with her boyfriend in the above described vehicle. The vehicle has been recovered. So now we'll go to the next group. Amantha Marie Sims. And she was 18 years old, 5'8", 135 pounds. And it just says she was last seen June 30th, 1999. Brown hair, blue eyes. Tattoo left hand, SA. White purse, blue jeans, black shirt. There's really no information there. So, and then we have a baby. There was a baby found too. I don't know what year. April 4th, 2001, Portland, Oregon, less than a year old. Let's see if there's any other documents. Missing with her sister. There's her sister. Wow. Brown hair, brown eyes. Why is there no other information? That's crazy. It seems like there would be more information, right? Very little. Okay, Shayna Kirkpatrick, missing April 4th, 2001, a year old. Blonde hair, blue eyes. Birthmark, and no information. That's crazy, isn't it? Okay, good luck trying to pronounce that name. I'm not even going to try. She went missing. There's some photos. She went missing in 2001, 34 to 35 years old. 5'5", 110 pounds. African American female. She was working as a nanny at the time she was reported missing by her employers. Black hair, brown eyes. She just disappeared. What was the date on the... April. September, okay. Barbara Ann Waldron went missing May 17th, 2002. 56 years old, 5'8", 135 pounds. She went missing after visiting her husband David at their home in Portland. Strawberry blonde hair, brown eyes. Never been seen since. So, yeah. 56 years old. I don't know what happened to her. This one, she is 2 years old. Tiana, is that Tiana Weed? Wow. 2 years old. Portland, Oregon. Asian. They have age progression photos. They may be in the company of their mother. They may have traveled to Japan, maybe using alias name. Brown hair, brown eyes. Biracial, white and Asian. Were they not allowed to be with their mother? Rebecca Brommel, 26 years old, Portland, Oregon, April 30th, 2007, 5'7", 160 pounds. Last confirmed seen at their mother's residence in Portland, 4/30/2007, missing with reported stolen vehicle. Vehicle subsequently recovered in Lane County, Oregon. Brown hair, hazel eyes. "26 years old. Lena June Sapala, missing 2009, 47 years old, 5'6" to 5'7". Brown hair, blue eyes. Just nothing. 47 years old. No information really. Okay. Next group. Can't believe there's so many in one county. Jennifer Lynn Rieger, 41 years old. 5'6", 110 pounds. Missing March 2009. Missing approximately since mid-March 2009. Red auburn hair, blue eyes. No information. 41 years old. Unidentified female found May of 2009. 5'3", 170 pounds. Ages 50 to 60. How old was that last lady that went missing? I always do that. I'm like, could it be 41 years old, 5'6"? This one's 5'3", and 50 to 60 years old. Okay. Found May. Body was discovered in the Willamette River near the Swan Island boat ramp. Didn't somebody go missing in the Willamette River near Swan Island? Oh well. Northeast corner of Swan Island Lagoon. One or both hands. Not recovered. Not recognizable. Gray or partially gray. Graying hair. Was in 12-inch braid. Wasn't there someone that went missing right there? They thought she might have committed suicide or something, and they never found her, and she lived on a houseboat or something. Yeah, I don't want to open them all back up to look for her, but I think so. Wonder if that's who it was, because this doesn't give... When did they die? 2008 to 2009. Oh no, couldn't have been. Well, it could have been. But wouldn't that be strange? That's a lot of years later, and I'm not sure if it's the right age and everything. That's interesting. I don't know. I thought I saw somebody that went missing. I'll have to look at it later. Let me go through the list. I want to go through the list. Letitia Michelle Doherty, 2012, July 25th, 2012. There's a couple photos. 28 years old, 5'2" to 5'3", 100 pounds. She was reported missing by her mother after not being seen or heard from for nearly a week. 28 years old. Strawberry blonde hair, blue eyes. You really worry about your children. Carla Lopez Santos. She was 23 years old, Portland, Oregon. 5 foot to 5'2", 115 to 120 pounds. So, last seen in the area of Battleground, Washington at Albertsons. Black hair, brown eyes, no photo. Sounds like she went shopping and disappeared. Jennifer Lee Brown. There's some photos of her. 39 years old, 5'9" to 5'10", 2015. Portland, Oregon. Did not return home after a night of drinking. Brown hair, brown eyes. She's got some tattoos. So if you have any information, please contact authorities and let them know. Alyssa Marie McCran, female Asian, 37 years old, 5'3", 145 pounds, went missing 2015. Last seen on a hiking trail above Multnomah Falls. It appears she was not prepared for the conditions and did not make it back to her vehicle. Ooh, she may have walked out on a rock and slipped or something. Brown hair. Oops. Brown eyes. Wow, she had some tattoos. Maybe it was slippery and cold and icy. You never know. Vanessa Nadine Reinsch, March 15th, 2016. Sometimes they walk out on rocks to take a photo and they don't realize they're so slippery being near the water and things. And 5'7", it says 200 pounds. She was last seen by her friends. She is known to live transient in the greater Portland, Oregon. She has not been in contact with family or utilized any of her resources. Brown hair, brown eyes. Well, that's a bummer. Julia Garcia, November 10th, 2016. 17 years old. She may still be in that area. She may have traveled. She may be in Houston, Texas. She may be with her foster sister, who is also missing. Black hair, brown eyes. 2016. Wow, I hope she's alright. That's a long time, right? Okay, now we're going to the next group. Okay, so we have Belkis Rivas Galvez. She was 17 years old. And there's an image of her. 17 years old, 2016. May not have pronounced her name right. 5'1" only, 113 pounds. She went missing within a day of her foster sister. Both girls were receiving services at the Morrison Center, Office of Refugee Resettlement. Brown hair, brown eyes. So they've been missing since 2016 and nobody knows what happened to them. Monica Sheila Gibson, 52 years old, 5'4" to 5'5". That looks like a mug shot. I don't know if it is or not. 240 pounds. She's not been seen by her family or friends since September 2017. White hair, shoulder length, straight white hair. It looks dyed to me, so I don't know. It's pretty horrific. I wonder what happened. Melissa Lynn Baum. She went missing 2018, 5'2" to 5'4". There's some different photos of her. 2018, 5'2" to 5'4", 100 to 120 pounds. I guess they're not sure of her height. I would think by 2018 they would have the height, from the driver's license. She lived a transient lifestyle, but was in an apartment up till February 2018 when she was possibly moving to Washington State. She has lived in Oregon, Washington, California, Arizona, and Alaska as a child. She was last heard from by her family on November 24th, 2017. Dark brown hair, maybe dyed blonde or blue eyes. No sizes, not sure. So, this one looks like it had a photo, but the photo's not showing up for some reason. Try it again. There it is. Okay, unidentified female found, 2019. 5'1" to 5'7", can't estimate. Age under 60 years old. Skeletonized body of an adult female was discovered in a sleeping bag within a known campsite off of Northwest St. Helens Road outside of Portland, Oregon. And they don't know who it is. Near complete or complete skeleton, strawberry blonde hair. They didn't know accessories or anything like that. It doesn't list. And they don't know who that was. Found in 2019. Okay, and Hawaiian Pacific Islander went missing in 2020. 15 years old, 5'9", 290 to 300 pounds. Frances ran away from home sometime during the night, and her parents found her gone the following morning. She had only recently moved to Gresham from Samoa and speaks only limited English. She may be staying in the area with another Samoan family. That's crazy. Black hair, brown eyes. Why would she run away from home? 15 years old, so that's 2 years ago. Hope she's alright. 2020. This one doesn't have a photo. 17 years old, 5'4", 160 pounds, missing 2020. Photo would definitely help, even if it was any kind of photo. Date of last contact, June 11, 2020. Brown hair, brown eyes. Why don't they have any photos? Next group. I could see not having photos years and years and years ago back, before when they had camera film on rolls and things like that, before the instant camera and one-step cameras. But, in 2020, when we have cell phones, you would think somebody would have some sort of a photo of this young woman. Okay, so 2021. In May, this lady was found. Unidentified female between the ages of 45 and 65 years old. There's some photos, composite sketches, whatever. 45 to 65 years old. 5'2", 92 pounds measured. They don't know who it is. European white ancestry, was found deceased inside a tent located in a green space near the I-205 freeway on May 3, 2021. She has short white silver hair and hazel eyes, and they're trying to identify her. So if you have any information on who that might be, please contact authorities and let them know. This young lady was only 16 years old when she went missing in November, Portland, Oregon. Delmy, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, 5 foot only, 114 pounds. She ran away from her aunt's apartment. She may try to make her way back to New York. She's native Spanish speaker and may not understand English very well. Didn't they find her remains? Black hair, brown eyes. I thought something happened to her. Was it in Texas or something? Maybe it's somebody else and I'm just got it mixed up, so don't quote me on that. She might be fine. I don't know. I just thought I heard something. I thought I heard they found her remains somewhere or something and that she had tried to go back, but I don't know for sure. Like I said, don't quote me on that. She's probably fine and I might have it mixed up with another case because I read so many of them. Here we have an African American female missing 2022 this year in February, only 16 years old. There's a photo. 5'11". On October 28th, she left her home in San Diego, California, and has not returned or been in contact with family. It is thought that the missing person traveled to Portland, Oregon. It sounds like they're not sure. Brown hair and brown eyes. Why would you leave San Diego to go to Portland, Oregon at 16 years old? San Diego has such excellent weather and the food. Oh, I love the food. Don't get me wrong, I love southern food, like places like, Tennessee and Georgia and Mississippi and places like that, but I love San Diego food too. And I like food in Pennsylvania and Ohio and places, but I don't think I would leave San Diego to go to a really cold place like Oregon. Okay, here's an unidentified female found February 24th, 2022. They don't know who she is. Wow. So they need somebody to tell them who she is. 5'2", 120 to 135 pounds, 45 to 65 years old. And they have no idea who she could be. So they're trying to identify her. February 24th, 2022, the fully clothed body of a deceased white female was discovered off the Springwater Corridor Trail near Gresham, Oregon. An abundance of personal belongings were found near the descendant. Please see clothing section for description. Brown hair, brown eyes. So there's all the things that were found. Lunch bag with face mask, partial denture, flashlights, but no identification. So they don't know who that is. Here's another unidentified female. And this is my last one. So, female Asian found September 7th, 2022. And 5 foot to 5'2", 95 to 110 pounds, very petite. How old was she? Pre-30. She was under 30 years old. Wow. The body of an unresponsive Asian female was dropped off at the emergency at the ER at a local hospital. She had no ID, and the transporter left the scene without providing any identification. And so they don't know who she is. So please contact authorities and let them know who she was. Black hair, brown eyes. I mean, do it anonymously. Somebody knows who she is. Whoever dropped her off knew who she was. Wow, and there's tattoos that she had. You would think somebody that gave her the tattoos would know who she is as well. And here's photos of the tattoos. So somebody knows who she is. That's a shame. They just drop her off at the ER and they don't tell them who she is. Nobody calls and gives them an anonymous tip of who she is. Nothing. That's a shame. Anyway, that's my last one. So there's my list for what was it? Multnomah County in Oregon. So that's quite a long county. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. Please feel free to leave comments. Don't forget to pray for their loved ones and their families. And if you have any information on any of these cases, please contact authorities and give them that information. No matter whether you think it might be insignificant or not, let them decide. And thank you for tuning in. Have a great day. Bye-bye.